Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Money Conversations. I am Cosette M. White, the founder and CEO of My Financial Home, a nationwide financial management firm helping individuals just like yourself gain clarity and focus with your finances. Today, I'm going to be talking about last minute tax tips. Yes, we are headed into the end of the year, about to move the clock into another season, another day. And with that comes our taxes. So I want to make sure that you are equipped. But before I get into those tips that I want to share with you, I want for you, our viewers, to make sure that you are leaving tips for me, leaving questions for me, leaving anything that you may have as it relates to money, finances, your business, putting budgets together, growing your business, tax write-offs, tax deductions, saving, retirement, you name it. Because after all, this is a platform designed just for you, our viewers in our community, our tribe. So make sure that you leave me the tips, okay? So back to the last minute tax tips that I want to share with you. I want to share 4 tips with you today. The first one is charitable contributions. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you've written off or you've given away some type of donation so that if you are a taxpayer that itemizes, you can itemize that deduction. Now, for those of you who would like to write off your charitable contributions, such as your tithings, you can write those off, but I always like to stress to individuals, because I get into it each year with the client. I have this discussion. Just because you hear individuals say that you can write off your contributions, your tithings that you do at church, that is not always the case. If you don't itemize, then you will not be using those contributions. So I want to set that message clear for those of you who have the thought process of, oh, I'll be able to write these off. That is not always the case. But if you do, say you donate a bag of clothes to Goodwill, Salvation Army, or whatever other organization is in your area, make sure that you get that receipt, because that is proof to the tax preparer as well as to the Internal Revenue Service that you did have some type of charitable contributions. Okay? If you write off more than, or excuse me, if you give away cash in excess of $250, then the organization is supposed to provide you with proof automatically, okay? So the next thing I want to talk about is your withholdings. And this is very key, because this is another mistake that I see occur year over year over year. But that is, if you changed your federal and state withholdings on your payroll at any given time throughout the year, you want to make sure it's your responsibility, not the payroll department's or your human resources responsibility, but you want to make sure that that change went back correctly. What I typically see is my clients will change their federal and state withholdings because they have a bonus coming up, or they worked a lot of overtime, and then they fail or forget to go back to HR or payroll and make that change. Or they say they did go and the change never occurred. So I want you all to get in the habit of reviewing your paycheck, okay? Personal finance accountability. All right, so that kind of leads me to the third one, and that is, for those of you that may be getting year-end bonuses, I would like for you to see you take advantage of putting money away into your retirement, putting more money away into your 401k plan. If your employer has a sponsored program, put more funds away. What does that do? What does that look like? That's, number one, going to reduce your taxable income come tax time. And it's also putting money away in your retirement nest egg. Okay? The other thing that you can do if you're getting a year-end bonus is, say, put some away into the 401k plan, but also take advantage of the after-tax opportunities that are available to you. Put some away into the Roth IRA. Now, some of you may be asking yourself, what are the limits? For 401k, If you are 49, I'm going to say 50 really. If you're 50, if you're 49 and under, then you can put in $18,000. Okay, and that's from an employer sponsored program, a 401k. If you're 49 and under, $18,000. If you're 50 and over, then you can put in that 18,000 plus. They have what we call a catch up. You can put an additional, let's see, I'm sorry, I do have take notes, you guys, but $6,000 into the catch up portion of your 401k. All right. And as far as the Roth contribution, if you are 49 and under, then you can contribute up to 5,500. If you are 50 and above, then you can contribute up to 6,500. And of course, you do have on the Roth IRA, you actually have until the last day of tax season, the tax filing due date, April 15th, to contribute to your Roth IRA, and that will apply to 2016. Okay. Last but not least, what I want to share with you today is some of you may have gotten married, some of you may have had some divorces, whatever the case may be, some of you may have changed your name. If you had a name change in 2016, now is the time to make sure that you head on over to Social Security office and request a form SS5, because what's going to happen during tax season is when you file your refund, either it's going to get rejected because you didn't change the name and you have your married name, or you dropped your married name and your Social Security number and the name on that number registered with Social Security Administration vary. So make sure that the apples meet. You don't want apples and oranges, or else that will cause a delay and other problems with your tax returns. Okay. So I hope that these were great nuggets for you, great tools for you that you could go and use and implement immediately. And I mean immediately, because the last day of the year will be here with the blink of an eye. So make sure you implement these changes and put them into effect now, not tomorrow, but now. Okay. So make sure you leave your comments, make sure you share your thoughts, make sure you send this video to others that you feel that can use it. But that's what these are for me to educate you, for me to inspire you, and for me to provide useful information that is nuggets that you can take away with. Okay. So, I'm going to give you the the website where you can find me, and that is My Financial Home, www.My Financial Home. You can also find the subsidiary White Tax Services at www.White Tax Services. And I want you all to make sure that you're following me out there on all social media networks. And you can find me under Cosette M. White. Until our next webinar or episode, you all have an awesome and amazing day. Thank you.